up, what up, what up? This is Mike the Philosopher here with another one. This one is Divorce Court, okay? I have not seen this one before. This should be intriguing. Let's go in.
They say 2 is company and 3 is a crowd. On today's case, Mr. Henry says that he's concerned that one lover is not enough to keep his girlfriend satisfied, and that's a problem. He says that while she craves an alternative lifestyle, he's content being a one-woman man and has no interest in sharing his hopefully future wife with other women. Today, he wants her to choose if she wants to keep company with him or if their relationship will be lost in the crowd. Let's hear their case.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Starr presiding. Your Honor, this is the case of Henry versus DeRosier.
Excellent. Thank you so very much. Mr. Henry, Ms. DeRosier. Mr. Henry, you've opened this case today because you say monogamy is very important to you. The problem is that you suspect Ms. DeRosier may be exploring other options, and you are here in my court with an ultimatum.
Yes, Your Honor.
And Ms. DeRosier, you say Mr. Henry is indeed your soulmate, and you're here to prove to him that no one is coming between the two of you.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so let me figure this out. You guys met in high school, if I'm not mistaken, correct, Mr. Henry?
Yes.
And you've been living together for 3 years, and although you have no two-legged children, you do have a four-legged fur child, Smokey, am I right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Henry, why don't you tell me why we're in court today?
It's funny, I used to have a dog named Smokey too. But I was only maybe 9 or 10, so that was a while ago. Let's go in.
We're in court today for me to give Ferry ultimatum, and basically I just feel like I'm enough for her. Like, I don't feel like she needs to be exploring into other options or whatnot, and basically, like, you know, I love her. I have every intentions of marrying her, and you know, I just want to let her know, like, it's either you're gonna pick me or you're gonna pick this alternative lifestyle, which I'm not, you know.
Okay, it's like either I'm enough and we start to build, or I'm about to build somewhere else, basically.
Correct.
Okay, Mr. Ross, you heard what Mr. Henry say. What say you?
Well, Your Honor, he really brought me here because he thinks that I have a girlfriend on the side, and that is not the truth at all. I love him. That's like my man, and
this is a committed relationship for you.
Yes, although I do believe in alternative lifestyles and, you know, things
no
like
judgment.
that. He was okay. He was on board with it. It was fine. It didn't seem to bother him. So now it's coming as a shock to me. He would think that I would go beyond that and introduce somebody into our relationship knowing that he's not completely on board with it.
So let us explore where we are in this relationship and whether or not we can all come to common ground on it, okay?
Yes,
why don't you take...
She got a cute little baby face, don't she? I mean, she's 29, but she looks like it's just a very young looking face. All woman, make no mistake about it, but it just looks like I don't know, it just looks like a very cute face. Let's go in.
Take me back, Mr. Henry. I know you all met in high school, but how did that whole thing get down?
Well, basically, we was in the same class in high school, and, you know, it was math class.
Okay.
And she was having problems with math, so she asked me, like, if I could help her out with math. Long story short, I became her tutor.
Okay.
And, you know, basically, I was just helping her out with math, tests, everything, studying, all, you know, the whole 9 yards.
But you all were contemporaries. You're around the same age. One is 29 and one is 30. You all start seeing each other, and you've been together as a couple now for 3 years.
Correct.
Okay, so tell me what you had as an expectation for the relationship when it became romantic.
Well, of course, you know, like, I give her my all, so basically I expect the same. And I don't share, or I don't go out and try to find any other people to bring into the relationship.
Are you completely monogamous, Mr. Henry?
Yes, of course.
Okay. And faithful to Mr. Rossier?
Of course.
100%?
Yes.
Okay, so you're saying you want that kind of relationship?
Exactly.
And what's the problem? Does Ms. DeRosier like something different?
Well, she likes women, of course. So, you know, she wants to bring in other women into the relationship, but I just know that it's gonna bring toxicity into, you know, the relationship. We tried it before, and it just didn't work.
I want to go through some of that. It sounds like you're giving her a bit of an ultimatum. Mr. Rossier, I can imagine that doesn't feel comfortable for you. Am I right?
Yes, Your Honor, you're correct. It doesn't feel comfortable, but he expressed that he didn't have an issue with it in the beginning of our relationship.
So, in other words, you let him know.
Let me just say this off the bat. I don't know if this brother know how quickly he will be replaced, okay? But he will quickly be replaced, okay? If you don't want to rock with her, I'm sure there's a lot of guys who will be down with this. The thing about it though is I just think that he really do love her, and he's probably, you know, born again Christian. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And he just has a monogamous ideology as far as relationships go. He's not into all of this, you know, threesomes and, you know, bring another female in. He's probably not into all of that. And he probably takes me as a guy who will probably end up getting jealous of the other woman, because she will probably lean more towards the other woman or show the other woman more attention. She's saying it's not like that. She love him, but he got an insecurity somewhere. I'm not sure what it's coming from. Maybe he afraid that she'll like him, like the other woman more in bed than him. Maybe he just has some traditional ways or viewpoints. Not sure which one it is, but he got an insecurity somewhere. Let's see if we can find out where his insecurity is.
Early on,
yes,
that you were into alternative lifestyles.
Yes, Your Honor. I let him know, and he was okay with it, which is part of the reason why all the more I fell in love with him.
Okay, so Mr. Henry, I'm a little concerned. I know one of the biggest issues is bringing other people into the relationship. How did that whole thing come up? Because Mr. Rossier says you knew that she was into an alternative lifestyle.
Well, yes, of course. I gave it a try. I'm not gonna say I didn't, because, you know, I love her. I want to make sure she's pleased. You know, I'm a man. Man is gonna make sure that his woman is pleased no matter what. So she tells me, oh, this woman, me and her been conversating for a while, and she told me straight up, like, she want both of us. And I'm like, okay, let's see where it goes. So we tried it, and, you know, the chick had everything planned out. She picked us up, brought her to her house, had rose petals on the floor, dinner, everything. I'm like, okay, she went in. So, all right, whatever, I'll feed into her efforts. So basically, you know, we ate, and when we ate, I'm a person, I give credit where it's due. Her food was good. So I told her, I said, yo, the food was good. Thank you for having us. And she says, oh, well, tomorrow I'm a cook. I'm like, what? Like, why you have to say that?
I know him. I know he didn't like it. That chicken was dry.
Anyways, the girl, she said, y'all can either sleep in the guest room where I have prepared for y'all, or y'all can sleep in my room. It's up to y'all. So I said, it's up to Ferry. So she chose her room. So I'm like, I tell her, I was like, you sure? Because, you know, you already with the dinner. You
already salty.
So she was like, nah, let's
over that dry chicken
and everything. So we fall asleep. In the middle of the night, I wake up to use the restroom. And when I use the restroom, the other girl wakes up and she goes and I guess gets a late night snack. And when she sees me, she says hi. I say hi back, keep it moving. She wakes up, she's like, oh, hell no, y'all tried me. I'm like, wait, how we tried you? And then she's like,
they were in there.
Why?
All of, but how long? I'm hearing laughing and kiki-keying in the background. I'm thinking it's a TV from like next door.
Mr. Rossier, like that. You're the one that set this up. Girl, why you take your man to some other woman's house that's cooking? I don't care if the chicken is dry or not. That's gonna be a problem.
Your Honor, she was dreaming, talking about, she heard laughter. The only thing she heard was a toilet flush.
I don't care what she heard. Mr. Rossier, you set this in motion. Why'd you do such a thing?
I feel like she was really trying to use me to get to him.
Duh.
Yeah, for sure. She was doing that. But she made it seem like she was really interested in me at first and then realized that I had a man and said, okay, well, I'm interested in both of y'all.
I'm assuming, Mr. Henry, you put a kibosh on the thruples from
Oh yeah, I
then on.
told her. I said, nah, I'm good off of these because
I'm good off of them.
like I said, toxic. The chick ended up wanting me or liking me more than she did with her.
She just
so I was
wasn't
like,
a
yeah, I
good
don't want to
fit.
deal with this.
She wasn't a good fit. That's what it was.
So I check her phone and then I look through and I see text messages and I'm like, what's this?
When you gonna give him this proposition? He's stubborn. What was the hairdresser talking about?
She's often proposed the idea that, you know, she be, you know, the third to our relationship. And I laugh and I'm like, you know, this is funny, right? Because you know it's not gonna happen.
But now I understand there's a new friend that has been brought into the picture.
That was a new friend, yes. And basically, you know, how that story went was I'm at work. I call her on my break and she didn't pick up. I didn't really think nothing of it. I was like, okay, maybe she busy. Call her again, a girl picks up. I'm like, this ain't my girl. Who's this? She's like, oh, hi, I'm Mona Lisa. I'm her new friend. I'm like, new friend? Like, okay, cool. Nice to meet you. Where's Ferry? Put her on the phone. I'm like, I hope you're not trying to do what you're trying to do again. You know, I'm good. And then she was like, oh, no, it's nothing. You know, you don't have to really. And I was like,
it was
just
nothing.
before I get home, please let her be gone. I don't want to.
It was nothing.
I don't want to deal with it.
So you told Mr. Rossier, I don't want to set up. I don't want to meet nobody.
Right.
I'm not even going down this path. Whatever's happening, please let her be out of the crib when I get there, basically.
Exactly. Well, when I walked in the door this time around, she wasn't there.
Okay.
So
But
I was like, okay, that's
good.
fine. But there was another situation where,
Another thing.
so I don't usually check her phone, but I was like, you know, let me see if she's
Checking my
really,
phone.
if she's
That's
really
what y'all do.
talking to
Young people.
Checking
Mona
my
Lisa
phone.
chick.
Y'all check each other's phones. Don't even try it.
I mean,
y'all, that's
she
what y'all
got-
do.
but I don't
I-
give
She
them
got
my
my code, I
password to
got
do
her
that.
code. Like,
Y'all
hide.
hack each
But
other's
he's not supposed
passwords.
to be
Listen,
just checking it for the
if I
willy-nilly.
got everyone arrested that checked everybody's phone, I wouldn't have no cases because
Oh,
all of y'all be going to jail. Next,
Right, exactly.
they just all. That's what y'all do. Y'all
She
check
got my
phones.
code, I got her code, so I have nothing to
Mutual.
hide, so it don't matter to me. But so I check her phone and then I look through and I see text messages and I'm like, okay, what's this? So I look through the messages, I scroll up, and then I see she sent a message saying, oh, did you let him know about the proposition yet? And then she says, oh, nah, he's too stubborn. That's what her response was. And I'm like,
We know that already. I've expressed to you that you're stubborn about the situation. So
Wait
I
one
wouldn't,
second.
I
Wait one
wouldn't try to
second.
propose
Wait one
the
second.
idea again.
Unless that proposition was for her to help him get his locks refreshed. What was the hairdresser talking about?
She's often proposed the idea that, you know, she be, you know, the third to our relationship. And I've always told her, like, no, he's not with it. And we laugh it off and we just, you know, move on. It's nothing.
Did you?
I
think
joke
you
about-
submitted
I
evidence.
honestly, we really joke about it.
Let me
There's
see the
definitely
evidence
proof.
myself. I'd actually like to evaluate it. May I please? When you gonna give him this proposition? He's stubborn. So she says boo, as in I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And I laugh and I'm like, you know, this is funny, right? Because you know it's not gonna happen.
Why would you be entertaining an option of an alternative lifestyle with your hairdresser friend who you say is only a friend? Let's live in your truth now, or stand in your caughtness, one or the other.
We talk about our lives and our relationships. You know, that's what we do. When we're like, she's doing my hair, that's one of the things
But
that we
Mr.
talk about.
Rossier, you just stated to me he had no reason to be concerned about your relationship because she was, quote, just a friend. She's your hairdresser. So it sounds to me that this is a young woman that you are interested in making a part of your relationship.
I'm not interested. And he doesn't have anything to worry about because I wouldn't do anything unless he's
there's more.
okay with it.
There's more?
She sent her like a nip slip picture.
It's harmless.
I don't really believe you. I understand that the two of you are permitting me to ask Miss Mona Lisa Charleston to join us. Have you and Mr. Rossier been romantically involved at all?
We were having a good time, so we started kissing.
Y'all kiss?
Yo, I haven't. I wanted to see how the story was unfolding. I haven't said much in this one so far. The Mona Lisa kissing the fairy. Just picture that. The Mona Lisa kissing the fairy. That's funny. These names. Ladies, y'all funny. Your parents is funny for naming you this stuff. But yeah, apparently this guy is not down with it. She's a pretty chick. A pretty thick too. Thick in all the right places. I'll put it this way. I know she loves this guy, Henry, but you know, I'm not sure how long this is going to last, to be honest. I'm not sure how long this relationship is going to last. I think at some point she's going to get to a point where she wants to have that other side of her lifestyle, and I think they're going to eventually part ways. It'll probably even take 10 years from now for it to happen, but I think at some point she is going to get to the point like, look, I can have another dude and I can have a woman too. I can have that lifestyle I've always wanted and dreamed about. And, you know, que sera, sera, live your life. You know what I mean? Life is short. So, you know, I haven't found out what his insecurity is yet, really, to be honest, because he's pretty adamant about not being down for it, but I'm not necessarily still sure as to why. You think another woman is going to steal her away from you? You think she's going to enjoy another woman more than you? What is your insecurity, bro? That's what I've been waiting for. He said that there's more though. Let's see what more there is. Let's go.
I found something else.
What did you find?
Oh my God.
A picture. She sent her like a nip slip picture, and then it was like, "Oh, you gonna?" Yeah, it's right there, evidence right there. And I was like,
Well,
what is this?
Hey, babe, photograph. Want to, just a proposition to Mr. Rossier. And Mr. Rossier responds, you look so on fire and happy and I can't wait.
I mean,
in my business, that's called evidence.
I mean, we're just carefree. We're like open, and he knows that about me. I'm a free spirit, and I could be like naked in front of my homegirls, and it's just nothing. It's nothing. Like, we're getting dressed, we're going on a night out. It means nothing. It's harmless.
You know what? I'm gonna ask those questions because I don't really believe you. I'm looking you in the face. I don't believe you. So I understand that the two of you are permitting me to ask Miss Mona Lisa Charleston to join us.
Hello.
Hi, Miss Charleston. Thank you so very much for joining Divorce Court today. Tell me your name for the court and your relationship to the defendant, if you don't mind.
Hello, my name is Mona Lisa Charleston, and I am Fairy's hairdresser.
Okay, Miss Charleston, the plaintiff has stated that he's seen some messages between you and the defendant, and I just looked at them. They look kind of risque.
Okay, so I started doing Fairy's hair about 6 months ago, and we started getting close ever since. The first time I was doing her hair, I was flirting with her. You know, she was flirting back, but it was nothing really serious because she had already told me that her boyfriend, Wesley, is not okay with any of what I have going on. So therefore, I was joking with her, and we was just joking back. One thing led to another, but it was really nothing serious at all.
Fair. I think that's absolutely fair. Let me cut to the chase and ask a question. One thing led to another. Have you and Mr. Rossier been romantically involved at all?
A second attempt had happened at an Airbnb that she had, and she had decorated so beautiful for him, and I was supposed to meet him there. Well, he came to the Airbnb. He wasn't really excited to see me or nothing. He just looked and went up to the room. So she followed. When she came back, we were drinking, watching TV, you know, having a good time. So we started kissing, touching, but it never got. But she does have a lot of respect for her man.
Y'all kissed?
Look, in my defense, we pop kiss.
But you still kissed her.
She kissed me.
And you ain't never told me this.
Miss Charlene, since that incident at the Airbnb, have there been any other romantic link-ups?
Not really, but I do like her a lot, and I came here to divorce court today to tell her to make a decision. It's either she's going to speak to me and him, or she could speak to me on her own time and speak to him on his own time.
So in other words, you clearly are staking your claim. You're interested in a relationship. Am I correct?
Yes, I am.
Ms. Charlene, I appreciate you being honest and 100%.
Henry. Listen, Mona Lisa is not that bad looking either. And Ferry is a bit of a cutie. Can't you find a way to make this work, bro? There are worse things in the world, okay, than this scenario that you're in. I'm just saying, you need a whole new understanding, bro. You need a whole new understanding. Some men might not want to take this on because, listen, I don't mean to be insulting to women. I love y'all, okay? But oftentimes women are liabilities. It just is. It's like adopting a child. And I'm not trying to be insulting, but women expect men to pay for everything. Women expect men to take care of them. Women expect men to protect them. Women expect a lot of things from men. So to us, it's a bit of a liability. I'm not gonna hold you, okay? A lot of guys probably won't want to do this because they don't want an extra liability, okay? They want to be responsible for one woman, okay? That's enough, okay? Some men don't want to take care of a whole bunch of babies. They only want one child. Some women feel the same way. Why? Because it's less liability, it's less responsibility. If you got two women, the more women you add, the more of a headache this could end up being. This is a thing in polygynous situations. The more women you add, the more headache it's going to be. Sometimes they're going to probably get in arguments and fight, and you got to play the referee. All right? You got to play the referee and break them up. And then if one got an attitude, the other got an attitude, and it throws off the whole aura of the relationship. Now you got a dynamic that you don't want to have to deal with. You know what I mean? I think he should at least give it a shot. Like I said, Mona Lisa is not that bad, but the problem is, how much is she into him? And I don't know how much she is into him. She seemed to be only interested in Ferry. And if she's only interested in Ferry, then it's not a true polygynous relationship. If I were to start one, it would have to be where the women are into me, and I'm not saying they shouldn't be into each other. That's fine, but I have to be the reason why this union is working, because it's a lot of responsibility, liability on me, and I have to be the nucleus of this situation. Maybe that's his insecurity. Maybe he don't feel like he'll be the nucleus of the situation. But we still haven't figured out what his insecurity is. I don't know if that we're going to figure that out. But she put an ultimatum on the table. Let's see what Ferry does. Let's go in.
on what your intention is. Your intention is to be upfront so that there is no mistake. Am I correct, ma'am?
Correct.
Absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Your Honor, like, I have every intentions on marrying this girl. Like, I really do.
You actually brought a ring?
I actually did.
Mr. Rossay, you started this by saying to me, Your Honor, this is my soulmate. This is the love of my life. This is who I want. So then you need to step up, young lady. Is this the man that you want? Or are you about to play around with Miss Charlesine and the next Miss Charlesine? Because there'll be another if you're not getting what you want in a relationship.
Yes, Your Honor, he's who I want to be with. I want to spend the rest of my life with him.
So when are you going to stop being sneaky, tricky, and being somebody that he can't trust? Because that's what I just saw. Are you ready for that? Now, you have every right to say I am not.
I am ready, which is why I've always communicated to him, except that little detail.
That's a big detail. Take responsibility. Take accountability. You may be younger, but you are not that young that you can't stand in your own space. And by the way, if you're not ready to commit to a monogamous relationship, it is okay. You can say I'm not ready, but you cannot put one foot in and one foot out. That's just not right. It's mean. It's sneaky. It's hurtful. And I don't get the sense that that's the human being that you want to be.
I mean, it's not. I mean, I want to stay with him. I want to be with him forever. I don't want to hurt him anymore. So if this is something that he's not interested in, hopefully one day he might be, but
he's not
then
interested.
We'll just leave it.
Honor,
we'll just leave it where it is.
The only other person or anything in our relationship is our dog. Until we have kids, it's going to be our dog, Smokey.
That's what you get when you go with Mr. Henry. He wants the 2-3 kids. He wants a dog or two. He wants to make a wife and a family. He wants to grow his business. He wants to be secure in his future. And I'm going to put this to you as bluntly as I can. There's a whole lot of women that would want that. And if you don't step up, it's going to be about 20 minutes that it's going to be a whole lot of women saying to him, I want what you offering. You ready to step up or not? Because if you're not ready, let him go.
I am ready. And I told him that.
Mr. Henry, this is up to you.
He knows.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, there is no way in the world that I would make somebody my wife until I was sure they wanted me as my husband. Well, Robert, I'm not sure that he will ever be enough for her.
You know, a key moment for me when I was listening to the case, she tells the hairdresser he's just being stubborn.
Yeah.
She's not ready.
No, not at all, because he's not being stubborn. He knows exactly what he wants. And if she can't give it to him, I'm telling you, he will have a boatload of women waiting to take him up.
And that's true, but she will have a boatload of men too, willing to take her up on her offer. I wish him the best, but like I said before, I don't see this lasting. He got a ring. He's ready for that part of his life. And she loves him. But she secretly wants him to change his mind. He's stubborn. He's not ready. Maybe in the future he'll want to do this. I knew I wasn't going to find out what his insecurity was. And why is it something that he can't wrap his mind around? It could, I mean, you know, it's his prerogative. It could be religious. It could be some other insecurity. It's his prerogative, whatever. But if they broke up, they both will have a whole bunch of people ready to fill that void. Let me know what y'all think. Should he let her go? Should he marry her, or should he get a better understanding and make this work with her totally? Okay, which one of those things should he do? Let me know in the comments. I really appreciate you watching. Hit the like, share, and subscribe. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.
And I'm going to put this to you as bluntly as I can. There's a whole lot of women that would want that. And if you don't step up, it's going to be about 20 minutes that it's going to be a whole lot of women saying to him, I want what you offering. You ready to step up or not? Because if you're not ready, let him go.